Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man Drutube, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and of course, Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. You're stronger than what they imagined. The power in you is greater than they could ever conceive. You are a strong person. So many things try to get in your way, and you just don't allow them to. There have been things that you've gone through, and you didn't give up as a result of those things. You allow yourself to keep moving. You push yourself. You make sure that you're going to attack whatever's in the way. And if something is in the way, it better get out the way. Because you are the type of person, you're a mover. You move things out the way. You don't let things block you. You don't let things block you. You don't let things, you know what, this happened, maybe I should stop. No, you're not that type of person. When things happen, when things make you have to move a certain way, moving forward, you adapt. You are an adapter. You adapt to life very easily. Things may be hard, but you still decide to do it anyway, even if it's hard. You're not the type of person to quit and give up just because something gets a little harder. You may not be able to do things how you used to do them. Things might have changed. Things might be different now. You might have to face some new things, but you don't let those things make you quit. You analyze your life for what it is, and you accept things for what they are. You accept things for what they are. If something's not going your way, you can accept that. If things aren't happening the way you would like them to, you can accept that. And you move accordingly. You strategize. You use your mind and manipulate your mind in a way to where you're able to still get the job done, regardless of what somebody may say, regardless of what somebody may think, regardless of what someone may look at you or how someone may look at you. You're not going to let that stop you because you're strong. You have more strength than people thought, than people imagined, and you have more strength than other people. Some people look at your situation, and the reason why they may have something to say about it, the reason why they may be able to talk about it or crack a joke about it or have something ignorant to say is because if it was them, they would have given up. A lot of people have something to say when they see someone doing something that they couldn't do. And that's why you're stronger than they could have imagined. Through all the talking, through all them, the nosy people minding your business, having their opinions, you didn't let that get to you. You said, you know what? I still got to do this regardless. It may not be the way that you do it. It may not be the way you get it done. But if I can still get it done, if I can still get the same result, if I can still do what I need to do for me, then it's none of your business then. So all I have to do is just ignore you and keep focusing and keep moving forward, keep putting one foot in front of the other. And that's why you are a lot stronger than people perceive you to be. They thought that they could get in your head. They thought that they could get in the way. They thought that they could make you give up and go do something else. They thought that the things that happen to you in life would make you give up and go do something else. But if you're not going to let your own life stop you, they don't stand a chance. See, the things that happened in your life, you use them to make you stronger. You use them to make you better. Everybody goes through things. We're not individual. We're not that unique when it comes to our life experiences for the most part. Everybody has experienced tragedy. Everybody has experienced loss. Everybody has experienced negativity. But you don't allow those things to limit you. You don't let those things turn into limitations for you. You use those things as stepping stones. You use those things to transform who you are. You use those things as dirt to throw upon yourself so you can grow. Because you just won't give up. No matter how hard life comes at you, you keep going. Life comes at you pretty hard. You say, you know what? I still got to do this. I still have to get this done. I still have to live my life. If life gets hard, I can't stop just because life got hard. If things get difficult, I can't stop just because things get difficult. If things change, I can't not do what I have to do just because things changed. I have to find another way to get the same result. I have to find another way to get things done. I got to dig deep within myself and see who I really am so I can keep going. Because it's something in me that just won't let me quit. So if there's something in me that won't let me quit, regardless of what I'm going through, that means I have the power to overcome the situation. I have the power to overcome any situation. And that's how you have to look at life. You have to look at things like, so what? I still have to keep going. So what? I can't stop now. So what? I can't let that get in the way. You have to be optimistic and you have to be tough-minded because, life is not for the weak. No matter what you think you're going through, no matter what has happened to you, no matter what you experienced, you still got to wake. You still got to live each and every day. If you're here, you still got to live life. Even if you choose to give up, you still got to live life. And that's even giving up is harder than to keep going. Like when a person gives up, they may not realize it, but it's hard to destroy yourself. It's hard to look at life and make the choice to not want to keep going. It is as easy as it is. It's just as difficult. And what you'll find out is, as hard as it is, as it may seem to keep going, it's really easier to not quit. It's hard to not quit, but it's easy at the same time. Because once you keep going, you just realize that, okay, I got through this. Maybe I could get through the next thing. I got through that. Maybe I could keep going and get through the next thing. And you just keep going and you just keep building yourself up and building your strength. And once you continue to build your strength, you continue to become a stronger individual. All right. You continue to build your mind into what it can really be. You continue to transform yourself into who you really are. That's why you're stronger than they could conceive. Because if it was them, they may not have been able to keep going. That's why they talk. If it was them, they don't understand how they would have been able to do it. But you look at things differently. You don't look at things the way they look at it. You don't see just because something is different or something has changed as your life being over. There are people who can't get over the fact that things have changed. Things are different. They can't get over the fact of how somebody's going to look at them. They care too much about what other people think. An opinion doesn't mean anything to you. And somebody's opinion, it doesn't mean anything to you. It's nothing. Because you know that regardless of whatever their opinion is, you still have to continue to live your life. You still have to continue to wake up every morning and you have a decision to make, to go be great or to stay stuck in my misery and not become anything. It's hard to stay stuck in your misery. It's hard. You don't want to do that to yourself. You don't want to be the type of person that just gives up that easily. You have to look at that person in the mirror each and every day. You have to see yourself as the person that quit. You got to see yourself as the person that let life get the best of them instead of you getting the best out of life. When you don't get the best out of life, you let life get the best of you. That's why it's important to get the best out of life. That's why it's important to become your best version, the best version of yourself. You have to become that, because if not, life is going to get the best out of you. It's going to break you down. It's going to destroy you. It's going to turn you into something that you never expected yourself to be. And you're going to end up having to crawl up out of that. And for those of us who have crawled up out of that, that's why your strength is stronger than they could ever conceive. You know, it doesn't have to get to that point. But if it does, if you made it out of that, you deserve a pat on the back. Because some of us go there. Some of us have been there. And we're glad we're out and we don't ever want to go back. That's why messages like this one are very important. And that's why you're strong. That's why you're able to look at life and say, you know what? That's where it can go if I don't keep going. It can go real dark. It can get real negative. And not to say the darkness won't help you. Not to say negativity won't help you. All right. If you know how to transform your mind, if you know how to turn something bad into something good, if you know how to make lemons out of lemonade. But sometimes we could prevent that just by taking the lemons that we already have and turning it into lemonade instead of growing more lemons out of a bad situation, making a bad situation worse. Sometimes we look at life and we make a bad situation even worse. And when it's unnecessary for us to even do that in the first place. You don't always have to take a bad situation and make it worse. And that's why you're stronger. You learn from your lessons. You learn from life. You don't keep on making the same bad decisions. You learn from your decisions, and that's what allows you to be a stronger person. That's why people may misinterpret you and they don't see how strong you are. But the thing is, they don't have to. You don't need them to see how strong you are. Let them underestimate you. The more they underestimate you, the better. That means they're not even going to see what's coming. They're not even going to see what hit them when it happens. Knockout. They're not even going to be able to see it. But the fact that you're able to see it, that means you see something within yourself. That means you see your worth. That means you recognize there's something in you that you need to develop. There's something in you that you allow to push yourself. There's something in you that you choose to act out on so you can have a better quality of life. You see those strengths and you use those strengths to your advantage. You see those strengths and you say, you know what? I can capitalize off this. You see those strengths and you say, you know what? I could use this to keep going. I could use this to motivate myself. I could use this to create the type of version that I see within myself, and I could become that. I don't have to be what I am right now. I don't have to be this person. I don't have to be this unmotivated, this unsatisfied, this unfulfilling, negative-minded individual. I don't have to be that. I could take my life and turn it into whatever I want right here and right now. And that's why you're stronger than they could ever conceive. A positive mindset, an optimistic mindset. You're tougher than you think. How you view yourself is how other people view you. If you're not viewing yourself in a right way, other people are only going to see you as you see yourself. So you have to start viewing yourself as the one you wish to be. You know you're a stronger person, start seeing yourself that way. You know you're a better person than who you are right now, start seeing yourself that way. You know you can truly have what you want out of life, start seeing yourself as the one who already has it. And that comes down to everything: attitude, job, business, lifestyle, money, success, health, wealth. That comes down to everything. That's why the mind is so powerful. People talk about the pineal gland. Is your pineal gland open? Is your third eye open? Is your pineal gland open? Is this open? Is that open? Yours is closed. Mine's open. Yours is shut down and dried up. Mine is open. But are you using it though? Everybody was talking about the pineal gland. Pineal this, pineal that. Open it up. Are they doing something with it though? Are they using it? Are they using it to see themselves as whom they wish to be? Are they seeing themselves as a stronger person? Are they using their mind to get better and to develop themselves so they could get more out of life and become what they truly are? If that's their goal was, what their goal was. That's the beginning of being able to manifest. Seeing yourself as really who you are, because if you don't see yourself as who you are, you're not going to see yourself as somebody that can have what they want. Got to see yourself as who you are truly. So that way the things that you desire will automatically attract to you. That's how you attract what you want, by seeing yourself as the person who can have them. You see yourself as the person who's a strong person, your inner strength is going to come alive. You see yourself as the one who can overcome any situation, your overcoming ability is going to come alive. Situations are going to come at you. Life happens. You're going to take situations on, and you're going to be happy when you have a problem, because it's going to be an opportunity for you to use your mind and become a better person. You don't have to become overwhelmed by issues and by circumstances. If you see yourself as one of those kinds of people, you could change your mind, and you could change how you view yourself. And you can also change how you view situations and view circumstances and view problems. If you're somebody that's overwhelmed by problems, if you're somebody that's overwhelmed by the issues of life, all you got to do is change your mind on how you look at them and how you see them. And you have to know, this is where faith comes into play. You have to know that without a shadow of a doubt, you can get through that, no matter how difficult, no matter how tragic, no matter how hard things may seem. You can use your mind to get out of that. You just have to see yourself as the person who's already out of it, and see yourself as the person who can get out of it. There's no avoiding using your mind. All right, there's no avoiding using your mind and seeing yourself how you want to be to create your reality. There's no way around it. And that's why you're a strong person. That's why you're stronger than they could have ever conceived you to be. Because you don't place limits on yourself. You don't place limits on your mind. You don't place limits on your potential. You don't place limits on your strength. You don't place limits on your abilities. You see yourself being able to do the impossible. Other people, they put limits on themselves. They think that they could never do this. They think they could never do that. Something happens to them. They think that's who they are now. You're able to overcome anything and everything. And you don't have to continue to be somebody that you're unhappy with. You don't have to continue to be someone that you don't want to be, somebody that you're disappointed in, somebody that when you think about yourself, you put your head down. It makes you sad, makes you upset, makes you depressed. You don't have to see yourself as that. But what you have to do is you have to be aware of what you can become. What are your possibilities? What are you stopping yourself from believing in? What are you canceling yourself from becoming? All right. What are you thinking is too good for you, even down to who you can be, not just material wise, but who you are. If you value certain characteristics in other people, it's not just them who can have them. They're walking and breathing and eating and waking up, going to sleep. They live life just like you do. Put on one shoe at a time, one pant leg at a time, just like you. There's no difference between you and another person except how they view themselves. And you may have to start working on how you view yourself. You may have to change the way of how you see yourself. You view yourself as a worm, you're going to get stepped on. You view yourself as a giant, you're going to be treated like a giant. You view yourself as God views you, people are going to see you how God sees you. That's why you have to look at yourself and tell yourself you are a work in progress. People will look at themselves and examine their life, and because it's not what they want, boom, negative statement. Because they're not where they want to be or who they want to be, boom, negative statement. We beat ourselves up sometimes, but you got to catch yourself. Don't kick yourself. You got to catch yourself. If you're telling yourself negative things, even if you spent a whole day telling yourself negative things, tomorrow you better wake up and tell yourself different. You have to be a mature-minded, tough-minded person, even when things aren't going right. You can't just keep kicking yourself and putting your own self down because you're not where you want to be. That's feeling sorry for yourself. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, you got to stop that. You're feeling sorry for yourself, you got to block that. You got to block those thoughts. Wait a minute. What is my idea about myself right now? What is my true feeling about myself right now? If you're thinking negatively about yourself, if you're feeling negatively about yourself, that means you're thinking incorrectly and you're feeling incorrectly about yourself. And you have to really examine your thoughts and ask yourself, is this the truth of me? Am I really being honest with myself right now? I may be a little unhappy with me. I may be a little disappointed in me, which is normal, which is natural. But is that the truth? You may have to re-examine how you view yourself. If it's not the truth, guess what? That's not you. You got a false sense of identity, a false self. You got a false self-identity. You've identified yourself as the false version of you. That's not who you really are. That's not true of you. The truth of you is what God says about you. You're strong, you're tough, you're intelligent, you're powerful. God gave you love, courage, and a sound mind. A sound mind doesn't think negative things about his or herself. A sound mind won't put themselves down. A person who has realized that they have love is not going to tear themselves down because of what they're going through. They're going to look at their situation, not base their faith on appearances, and they're going to build themselves up into who they want to be. And that's why you have more strength than they could ever conceive. That's why you're stronger than they could ever imagine. Because you view things differently. You view yourself differently. You're not going to allow the negative things in life to turn you into who you don't want to be. All right? You use your imagination correctly. Other people may be imagining things about you. Other people may not see you as who you see yourself as. But you don't have to value their opinion. You start to view yourself as who you want to be, they're going to view you differently. And they might be viewing you that way because maybe that's how you see yourself. So you might have to work on yourself. If you feel people not looking at you in a way that makes you feel good about yourself on a higher esoteric level, on a higher level, that's really how you view yourself. People only view you how you view yourself. All you got to do is work on yourself and change your own self-image and make it a positive one. And then things will start changing for you. And then you'll view yourself differently. And then on the inside and then outwardly, life has no choice but to view you how you view yourself. Life has no choice but to view you how you view yourself. It has no choice but to. So you start to work on how you feel about yourself. You start to work on how you think about yourself, and everything is going to change. Nothing will stay the same when you continue to do that, when you continue to work on your self-image. If you don't feel good about yourself, if you feel depressed, if you feel unhappy, you have to catch yourself and you know what? This is myself telling myself I have some work to do. This is my higher self trying to let me know there's some work that's got to be done. When depression and things like that and sadness and wrong thinking enters your mind, it's a sign that you aren't viewing yourself the best positive way. Nothing good can come from those things. As long as you view yourself that way and as long as you entertain yourself that way, you're only going to keep digging a deeper hole for yourself. You're not going to elevate. You're going to descend. You want to ascend into your higher self. You don't want to descend and let those devils get the best of you. Negativity, depression, bad thinking, self-pity, things like that. Be feeling sorry for yourself. That is feeling sorry for yourself. When you feel a certain type of way and you accept it. When you feel a negative way and you throw yourself a pity party. I am this. I am that. Oh, things aren't working out. Things aren't turning out how they're supposed to be. You got to strengthen yourself. You got to get up. You got to start doing something to where you can imagine a better reality for yourself, even if things aren't changing right this second. Your mind, the way you change, the way you look at yourself and the way you change how you feel about yourself will have a greater impact than you just sitting there and wallowing. You just sitting there telling yourself negative things. You just sitting there continuing to pull yourself down, continuing to chop yourself down, continuing to break yourself down. You can't, with life being as hard as it may be, which is nothing wrong with that. That's just life. You can't be hard on yourself. Life is hard. You have to do it hard. You have to take on life. That's why they say you got to grab life by the horns and all those sayings about life and stuff like that. You really do. You got to take on life. And when you take on life, life will back off and be like, oh, okay. Life will view you how you view life. Life will view you how you view life, and other people will view you how you view yourself. And that's why you are stronger than what they imagine, because now you see yourself as a strong person. Now you see yourself as possessing a certain amount of power. You see yourself as powerful. You see yourself as strong. All right. You see yourself being greater than anything or anyone that they could ever conceive. And if you have to, come back and re-watch this video, because it'll do you some help. It won't do you any harm. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. It's been another Drutube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. Everybody, hit the like button, hit the share button, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.